is Teal and my buddy Charlie, and we're looking at the life of Jesus to just see what he was like in character. Today we're going to look at a passage of scripture in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and following. It says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I see four things in here in those couple verses that tell me about the character of Jesus. The very first one is that he was a teamster. What's a teamster? Has nothing to do with the union. I have had a team of draft horses. They're no longer with me now, but I had them for 20 years. And during that period of time, I learned about what it means to yoke two animals together. This is an antique horse or mule yoke, neck yoke it's called. And this ring right here connects underneath the animal's neck, and this goes the other side. It goes to the hames ring, hame strap on their collar. But it connects them together so that they both go the same direction. If they start to turn, they all turn at the same time. And one horse can't turn left while the other turns right because they're connected right at their chest. And let's see here's a picture of Prince and Dusty. There's Dusty and Prince. These are my draft horses. Try to get the reflection off there so you can see them. But if you look right down here at the bottom, between their necks, right there, there is a neck yoke. And they're connected to a wagon. We're giving people rides at the fair. What I see about Jesus in this description of yoking together, he says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." Now, when you train a young animal to harness and to work, you usually hook them with an experienced horse or an experienced animal. You put one guy on here who knows what he's doing. That was Prince, my older horse. He was 10. And with a younger horse, and that was Prince, and Prince was 4 years old and really didn't know the ropes yet. And so I had them both together, and not so much they were learning from me in the back. I wasn't whipping them and beating on them to make them to turn this way or that, but as Dusty knew what I wanted, and he would turn or stop or go or whatever, then Prince on this side would follow the lead because they were connected together. If Dusty turned left, then Prince would have to go left. If he went right, or G in horse language, then everybody turned to the right. Ha and G. So what do I see about Jesus? Jesus was kind of anti-religion in his day, because the religious aristocracy had made up a huge list of things what it meant to be a real believer in God. And things as simple as washing your hands before you eat, or walking too far on the Sabbath day. And Jesus rebelled against it. He argued against it. He taught against it. And so he says, "Take my yoke upon me and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart." I think he's going to tell them that, follow me. Let me show you how to live a godly life. Let me show you what God requires. And not that he's in the back, sitting on the wagon, cracking the whip, but he is there like my older horse was with my younger horse. "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." The older horse teaching the younger horse. And that's what I think he's talking about. I didn't live in the first century. I don't know how they trained their horses and the oxen for sure. But that's training a younger animal by means of hooking him with an older animal is an old practice. It's not new. It's not new at all. And I can imagine Jesus offering to be yoked with somebody to teach him the ropes. "Take my yoke upon you. My burden's light. Here, let me show you how to live your life." Don't listen to the Pharisees. They're way overburdened, and they don't even carry the burden they put on other people. So, that's the first thing I see in this passage. Next week we're going to look at something else. I have a few minutes here. I want to tell you we're going to look at the fact that Jesus was self-aware. Somehow he knew that he was of a particular character because he said, I am meek and I am humble. You can't say that about yourself unless you're aware of it. So that's the second thing. The third thing is Jesus said, I'm meek. The fourth thing is that he said he was humble. He said he was humble. So in this short passage of scripture about animals and yokes, we see four things about Jesus, right? He's willing to yoke himself with us, to go alongside us, be our partner in learning the ropes. The second thing is he knew something about himself. The third thing is he says he was meek, and the fourth thing is he said he was humble. There's four things about his character that we can look at, we can observe, and we can try to absorb into our lives so that we can be like him. We can be the image of him as he is the image of God. Okay? Well, thanks for watching. I hope that you're encouraged today, and I pray for everybody that does a click on this video, whether you watch the whole thing or not, hoping that God will bless you and draw you to himself.